Alright, hello. Well, I hope you've had a good Christmas. But anyway, let's go straight into this. So, this one today will be the Fragadelphia Miami 2026 NRG versus Gamerlegion in the semi-final. This is a best of three, and this is Fragadelphia. So, a little bit before the Tier 1 season starts, but got a couple of Tier 1 teams sprinkled out through the mix. In this case, of course, NRG and Gamerlegion. And these are two of the kind of, I don't want to say it, but top dogs at the event. It's kind of odd to say these two are the top dogs out of the bunch, but hey, it's a fairly local land they've turned up to, but VRS points are VRS points and invites are invites. So we'll see them duking it out today in the semi-final of Frag, pretty much. Fragadelphia. So here we go. Alright then, bit of a heads up. I think the audio on this is slightly quiet, slightly distorted, but hey, it doesn't really matter when you're listening to my voice instead. But like I said, this is NRG versus Gamerlegion out here in Fragadelphia. We're starting on Dust 2, which is NRG's map pick. They've played it a couple times so far. I think they've played it, what, once perhaps? They played it once against Voka the other day, in which they won it 13-8. So, and they've been playing it quite a lot in Dust 2. It's a staple of the map pool almost. A lot of teams delve into it, and so Energy, one of them, of course. And so Dust 2 should be a comfortable map for them with what I'm guessing the prep they might have done over the Christmas holidays, or maybe they've come straight into this dry and just going off of what they had before. But Game Legion, on the other hand, still should be comfortable with themselves, so should be able to put up a fair fight of their own. Starting off looking for some lower mid control, but no one's looking towards upper tunnels, so instead we're going to have Rez and Hypex pushing out the top of mid through double doors. Going to have so many backs turned to them. George, on the other hand, got a couple of ideas for his own. Two quick headshots puts into that plan. That's a free A site for the taking. Quick push on the short, already towards bottom of mid they were, so fairly quickly moving into this round. Bro's seen Torsen at the top of tunnels, but not going to make a whole lot of a difference. Still a 3v5 queued up for them. A little bit of attention on Torsen, gets one with the Julies. Still one more to deal with. OC, top of short. Just tapping away through the smoke. No kits in play. Torsen still does have Kevlar, so it might be worth saving at some point. CTR here with USPS. Close range. Ooh, quick tap to OC. Taking out another one in Sonic. And third one not queued up for him for the taking. Torsen instead going to finish off Nitro. And George left to the bottom of pit. Going to be saving that. And Torsen does get saved Kevlar. So good to see. But NRG picking up the likes of the pistol round. And in the kill feed, you've got ZTR there. Shouldn't be here. Should be benched, you might say. But unfortunately, due to, I think it was health issues, PR has to be quickly subbed out on short notice. So ZTR is going to be taking his positions for a brief while. Of course, you've got Snacks, who's taking over the IGL role. So might be a bit of a weird conflict between ZTR and Snacks, both callers themselves. Snacks, of course, with the veterancy of his own. Might find some conflict there, and of course, stand-in situation with ZTR. Does know the structure of the team, but still might be hard to play with. And yeah, that's ZTR going down pretty quickly. The likes of OC towards long, of course, with the pistol, bit hard to do. Oh, nice shot from Snacks, actually. With the scout onto Sonic. Now, a lot of pressure from a lot of T's pushing up long. A site completely free for the taking. Gamerlegion pretty much pivoting into the save already after full buying into this round. Now as the bomb goes down, have firmly situated themselves on the opposite side of the map. So now we do have a long old save. I mean, Rez has got full head armor as well. A lot of util and a 5-7 of his own. Perfectly potent in its own right. Torsen with the FAMAS and Hypex with a scout. Plenty to work with, it's not the best of saves. You could have maybe picked up an AK that likes on Sonic, but with a death in an awkward position, an unretrievable rifle It could be led into the hands of the CTs, but no, Gamerlegion will see what they can make work with this current buy they had. So it should be a full save for the rest of the CTs, likes of ZTR coming in with Julies and a nade instead. Okay. Fair enough, I spoke too soon. Taking a very early timeout now are Gamerlegion. Wait, no, it's not timeout. I'm going crazy. Indeed, instead, heavy A stack for Gamerlegion. Nitro here gonna have a bit of a surprise with ZTR this close on the door. Julies make light work of the IGL duel, or at least IGL duties relieved from ZTR, but still, nonetheless, open a foul for the CTs. Instead, NRG gonna look to go towards B instead. Hypex here early, at least keeping one at bay, but nonetheless on the boost up, might be going for a retake. You got plenty of money to work with, so nonetheless could work with. ZTR has an AK in his own hands to work with as well, so likes the retake might come through. Nice boost on the ZTR, not spotting anybody just yet. Bro, now he's going to push through the smoke. Might get caught out here. On the edge of this, but yeah, time's running low and now the res has gone down. Doesn't feel like this is too doable. Pick them off one by one. Snacks now set up for some exits as well. But nonetheless, retake fruitless for Gamerlegion. NRG pick up the third. ZCR 3 kills and saved AK though, so plenty for him and a little bit of extra cash coming for the rest of his teammates. Coming in first, full buy of the game. And guns have been saved all three. You can see at the top, bomb has been the leading cause of the win each time. So CTs have saved at least something every round. Hypex on an AWP as well. Could be equally potent towards bottom of long, but not going to be tested just yet. Hypex has just nailed Snacks in the back of the face. Okay. Good start. Jesus Christ. There was a flash assist on that, so you know maybe he got scared and shot the closest thing. Oh my god. That's a good way to start, at least giving it an open roam at NRG early. Dawson trying his best to claw it back towards the top of the tunnels. Still 4 players coming his way, going to be hard duel to win against 4 of them. Taking a reserve position, maybe playing for the retake, but his teammates surely aren't, so that's going to be quad or quadruple saves. 4 rounds, 4 saves for the CT side. You know, they could have set themselves up for success a little bit better if, you know, Hypex didn't team kill. If Snacks was still alive right now, he might have a bit more to work with. So that's a full buy gone. Fizzled out. Dare I say, slightly avoidable, but very well placed flash. I didn't see who was from, but great flash that triggered team kill, my goodness. Hypex has enough money, so he might be able to reimburse Snacks for his losses. Oh no, so he actually goes down there, but still Aubrey picked up by Nitro, so fair enough. Good enough work for him. Snacks should be hoping for a drop over from his teammate. NRG still 4 rounds straight, and Gamerlegion with a tactical timeout are going to be able to muster up a full buy, and you know this timeout should be used for, you know, saying sorry. That's a good welcome to the leader, good welcome to the veteran, at least in the opening rounds of this matchup. Gamelegion's pickup of Inferno next have been playing it a good couple times played in all their matches bar 1 so far in the tournament, so a little bit of practice there and have won it both times. So clean streak for Gamerlegion on Inferno. Should be comfortable for them coming to the next one if the start to this map isn't exactly how they'd hoped it to be. on the boost with Nitro, getting some info onto short, but going to be not very contested. Hypex taking a very much more laid-back angle towards it, allowing the fight to come to him on the AWP instead of combat AWPing, which Hypex as a young star might be where he thrives most in, but currently, you know, taking a step back and going to let the fights come towards him. More lead off the angle. Fat nade on towards Nitro, but Sonic up here is going to see Snacks going towards underpass, so might call the push out on towards A instead with some help from George on long. No, that's a B cross smoke set up, so might be looking to join back up with Bro in upper tunnels instead. On backside, Bro's keeping some attention on him now. 25 seconds left, he'll start making some moves. Snack's going to blow open the smoke, and full blind. Oh, actually manages to get one on that. They don't capitalize. Hypex picks one off from mid as well, and Bro coming out from Palace does get one for his troubles, but now trying to regroup with Sonic. Rez overlooked towards back aside, nails the two of them, and Gamerlegion get there first. Nothing even remotely went wrong there. The strat looked good, but just surprised Snacks wasn't punished actually, blowing open the smoke and being full blind whilst doing so. You know, surprised he still gets away with one, but maybe perhaps a team flash stopped him from picking him off a little bit earlier, getting that opening. Now sending 4 players towards B very early on. No mid control means Sonic's going to have to clear lower tunnels out quite slowly and methodically. With the aid of the flashes here. Slowly eking up mid, but still firmly planted towards top of tunnels. Lurk smoke sent out. And mid cross smoke. All 5 players now congregating top of tunnels, all going in for the pop. Full execute, full on coming out. Torsen backside, getting one. Switching to the sidearm, not getting any more. Hypex still back of sight, hiding away in the smoke. Hasn't been spotted just yet. I think they know that he's here. Yeah, George going to be punishing on the edge of that. 3 players looking to come in for the retake. Snacks on the AWP himself, going to come in for a little bit of, or at least not going to be allowed to come in any further. ZTR entry, not allowed anymore. Now Rez left in the clutch. On the edge of the smoke, and yeah, OC's got it on lockdown, so that is now 5 for NRG, picking it back up themselves, with George once again finding himself a triple. Good amount of impact from the Canadians so far. Still, plenty of money flowing through the system. Gamerlegion still being able to go in with a full buy. Hypex on the AWP hasn't found the jewels he's wanted so far. Bro, on the AWP early towards long. ZTR goes down to it, nails a shot. With the long spawn, great play to have, and Bro, such a talented player on this NRG roster, the star player by a mile. What was Astralis' trash is another man's treasure. Mid's fully smoked off. Nitro's going to be given the chance to... Oh, okay, I was thinking he was going to go towards the bottom of mid then, but never mind. Gamerlegion very focused on this mid position, but now being drawn away. 3 players residing towards A and Hypex left on B alone, and once again they're going to do the 5-player pop by the looks of it. Still, the 1-man army of Hypex. If they're going to be executing through this. He needs at least 2 to even make his team think about going in towards the retake. Gets the 1 onto Bro, the opener. Now with the rest, they're going to funnel through the system. Awkward position. See, doesn't see the head on top of the smoke, so George will get that shot in and into the head of Hypex. Still, yeah, there was no... It was Hypex or nothing. It was... He needed at least 2 of them to even entice the retake from Gamerlegion, but on the B side, they aren't going to have any of that. So, NRG picking up 6 fairly early on. And Gamerlegion, you know, their site takes have been... Their site defenses, sorry, haven't been the best. So the moment that NRG have just been able to flood out onto the site with fairly minimal resistance, and with how quick they're doing it, the retake doesn't get there in time, and it doesn't feel like the defense gets enough to encourage the retake either way. So Gamerlegion now sitting back on a 5-round deficit. Not exactly ideal. Still, plenty of guns flowing through, so you've still got a full buy somehow. Still got a full buy to work with, so no timeouts once more. Gonna go for a potential long rush instead. Pushing out early, Snacks gets Bro while blind, and ZTR still here, picking up one of his own. Quickly puts the A rush to bed. Nitro dinked on the jump over, but nobody exactly saw him. Still low HP already, goddamn. Oh, there's no way he clears this. Not a chance. OC doesn't even see it coming. And so I think this might be a Gamerlegion round for once. We've got 2 players left for the likes of NRG on a 2v5. Torsen, also the unknown quantity, looking to come in for a flank. Yeah, Sonic hears this. Sonic hears this, should have him dead to rights. Nitro also doesn't want to peek on the back of this, so yes, Sonic will put him to bed. Now being able to regroup together. Where do you want to go? You got no map control. Barely any health as well, my god. They're sending out the smoke. They're keeping the idea entertained that they are going to go for this round, but with 35 seconds left and no map control to their name, it's hard to see a world in which they do go for this. Yeah, 10 seconds. Just don't die after time, guys. I feel like if OC had at least been ready for the push out of mid tunnels from Torsen, then they might have had a chance in the round, but after OC goes down, it was all over when the mid push just spamming through the smoke there. So much value from it. So much value extracted from... So NRG aren't given a chance to even get into the round. Just simple stuff like that. You can't even put it down to a whole lot of skill. Sometimes it's luck, but you got to say there's a bit of skill in it. Got to say at least a well done to Gamerlegion for it. And they are actually taking a timeout on the back of that. So still with a lot of rounds to go. Only 1 timeout left for Gamerlegion. Might be a curse in itself. But NRG's map pick going fairly swimmingly so far. Double AWP setup. Rez and Hypex both on the AWP for the CT side of Gamerlegion. Rez set up, looking in towards lower tunnels. But that smoke hiding him means OC can't see all the way down through mid. So nobody's going to peek until that smoke goes down at least. Yeah, Sonic ready for the idea that he knows that somebody could be there. The cross smoke allowing people to get into the lower tunnels, being found out at least. So NRG going to take their times, and now as the smoke fades, going to diligently clear the corners. Sonic kind of looks like he wants to push this. Peek and push this smoke dry. Getting out on the other side has been met with no resistance. Rez on the line, on the AWP, gets his. Sonic goes down. Now you're seeing a Rez AWP, you're a little bit scared. Where do you go? Never mind, I say that. Quick pivot towards long. See the Rez AWP and you're testing Hypex's position. Sees the jiggle on that. Oh, gets the one wild blind. Thinning the herd just a little bit more. Oh, Bro's here. Bro's actually going to have the backstab. Perfect flank. Could go over towards B as well. But instead going to opt for the fight. Snacks is going to take it from him. 2v5 left. Might get a crossover. Might get a bomb plant. Miss smoke as well. Giving edge. AWP duel misses. Exchange doesn't go either way. Now 10 seconds left. Just going to try and save. Torsen on the flank. They're going to take some guns out of this round. Not allow some guns to be saved. Double dink as well. Gets rid of George. Now OC cooped up. Just going to try and keep the AWP, but unlikely. Gets the first one. No scope onto the second and gets to keep it. A good reward for his troubles. NRG. Even if you've lost the round, you still have got a save on the back of it. OC looks like he'll have a hero AWP. Not enough money to go for the full investment for them. Instead on an eco. Now pistols for the like of everyone except OC. Deagle on Sonic. Oh, Rez's lower tunnels push nearly gets punished by the Deagle. If it was a rifle, it might have been a different story. Now this is the only smoke for them. If Nitro smokes the mid-cross, Snacks might be here to block it, and that's a wasted piece of util with that and the only flash left. Good nade. Good nade from Snacks. Chipping away at the lightly armoured pistols. Is that a fake? Is that a... It looks like it's a missed smoke turned into a lurk smoke, so might entice NRG to go for this, but instead Torsen on the line over the top. Oh my god, they've fallen right into the bait. Fallen right into the trap. Torsen doesn't get anything just yet. Oh, okay. You with the USPS instead. Nearly gets George as well, but now delved down into a 2v2. Still no util to work with. Have picked up rifles. OC on an AWP still left in the play, but are they going to be ready for ZTR's flank? OC just looking away, looks away at the wrong time. Poor timing, and Hypex closes that one out. Plenty of time for the defuse, plenty of time to go and loot around for guns. So ZTR picking up the AWP, they still get a chance to go and use the double AWP setup. That one's got a sting for OC. Watching the flank for plenty of time, and just as he looks away, the instant he looks away, ZTR peaks. And if he'd found the kill there, it would have been a completely different round, and the eco could have been converted. Now Gamerlegion at least closing the gap towards NRG towards the end of their CT side on Dust 2. Pushing out long early once again. Sonic this time gets out scot-free. Okay, I say scot-free. He's on 2 HP. I mean, a light breeze could blow him over, crikey. And so whilst long has been taken by the likes of NRG, the CTs have pivoted into looking towards mid instead. Here in which they find nobody, but bro, okay, never mind, Torsen's going to quickly deal with him. At least held out a little bit of presence towards the top of tunnels. At least keeping some eyes fixated on him doesn't... I was going to say puts out a bit of a fake, but goes down with the fight. ZTRs surely have a flash on the back of this. No, just going to double peek, double swing long. So as NRG are trying to re-clear the rest of the map, Gamerlegion doing the exact same, one part at a time. I mean, Sonic hears to protest against the push of ZTR and actually does get it on such low HP, so now back down into a 4v4. A little bit of time left on the clock, so that smoke's been put out perfect time for Gamerlegion. Holding back the push for a little bit longer, and Rez on the AWP on this side of the map instead could be equally potent. So that smoke goes out. Sonic goes down to the AWP. Low HP, always going to go down. Now does it to the hands of Rez. Doesn't hit the next shot. Now going to call over Snacks to give him a bit of help. Molly doesn't flush out the bomb planter. George, great shot onto Snacks. Now the push from CT does get rewarded. 2 players now here. Oh my god, look at the health of the CTs. There's no health amongst them. Such low HP. George going to capitalize on it. Hypex down here, only 17. 1 AK bullet will do it. Oh my god, Rez has got the shot onto George. In towards get right. Now it's just Nitro in the 1v2. Clutch gets the first one on Hypex and the wall bang. Gets the double. Saves the round for NRG. Such low HP comes back to bite them. So NRG, after losing a couple straight, come back into it at the end. And the veteran of their own, Nitro, comes in with a clutch to put on the board. Oh, okay. Snack speaking into that, but instead George going to put a means to an end to him. Rez was trying to find and trying to revenge for his teammate, but quickly put down. Now leaving the CTs left in the 2v4. Awkward in this position as well. Hypex. Oh, just spam through the smoke, George. Crikey. Torsen left. Christ. Quick round. NRG dealing with them fast. Swatting flies of Gamerlegion to pick up their 8th. 8-4. At the end of the half. NRG on a Gamerlegion for 4. Now sending it over. NRG onto their CT side campaign. On their own map pick, even better. Now, when they played Dust 2 yesterday, NRG won it 13-8, and OC was having an incredible time. A little bit quieter this time, but George picking up the pace instead. Oh my days. Quick one tap onto Rez. At least early warning. George still back here, eventually dealt with by Snacks, but Nitro here trying to at least find something a little bit more to encourage the retake. A lot of players on the flank very early. Oh, Nitro here. Sonic's going to push through the smoke, completely sidelined. Just like that. Now 2v4, claustrophobic on the site. CTR holding this, but it's going to be a difficult door to hold. Still a kill on Nitro as well, so plenty to work with. Going to wait for the smoke to go down and Sonic to get in on the action. CTR going straight down like that, and Gamerlegion swatted away once again. Back-to-back rounds. Beautiful pistol round from NRG. Great retake of the B bomb site of anything. Picking up both pistols on this map now. Snacks on the hero scout by the looks of things. On they're buying off the back of the scout, so they're thinking that there's a bit of damage in the round. They think that Snacks has hit somebody, at least for a tag, so Gamerlegion at least think they have a chance. Might be fruitless, because nobody's taken any damage on the likes of the CTs instead. Couple of Galils for the T side. Peeking this dry as well. Is George going to be ready? He's been great so far. Can he prove his worth even more? Missed shot from Snacks. Very quick to the head. Now the molly just burning them back. They aren't even going to capitalize. Aren't going to try and trade on the back of his death. Too difficult with limited util. Not going to go for it. So George going to rack up one more for the tally. Rez picks up the gun as well. You got a scout on the back of Rez. He's going to go for the boost at least. Trying to gather a little bit of intel. Instead, his teammates investigate the likes of Short. ZTR going to dry peek this into the likes of OC with a quick nade going to be sent towards his face if OC does instead see his push. Oh no, OC now just going to go straight in with the rifle. Good enough for that. Picking off heads. Plucking hairs and toss on the deagle. Left alone with 3 HP. Great shot onto George. Now surrounded. Doesn't want to die after time. They're trying to milk the death. Just trying to die. Yeah, there you go. Torsen gets what he wants in the end. So NRG now onto double digits. 10-4 scoreline in Gamerlegion. That was a force buy. They thought they had something in the round, but the round had nothing for them. Gonna be left with a full eco. Perhaps a deagle investment for Torsen. We're going to be playing against 11-4 most likely. OC's taking this chance, pushing in lower tunnels, might get surrounded fairly quickly. Okay, never mind, holding his ground. OC unexpected towards lower tunnels, picks up 2. Now the rest, the 3 of them cooped up towards top of mid. 3 Ts left with just pistols versus the rifles, slowly encroaching on them. Just peeking out. Nitro getting 2. Spotting out the final one onto Snacks. Deagle brings out, but ends up fruitless. Nitro with a triple, and 11-4 it shall be. So Gamerlegion taking out their final timeout, finally. With their first T-half full buy. AWP on Hypex, plenty of rifles to go around. And Nitro still bring that MP9 in towards this round too, so a little bit of a handicap on the captain. But with the timeout benefiting NRG equally. At least have plenty to work with. And George currently shining brightly on Dust 2. Usually it's the bro show, but George is here to play in the semi-final of Fragadelphia. Molly gone out, but George going to push up very close with the M4. Looking to catch some Gamerlegion off guard, and with the back of the flash, catches Snacks off guard. He's going to get away for free, completely untraded, and Nitro's going to take the opportunity. Pushing up into top tunnels instead, getting this info. And whilst it might be heard by Gamerlegion, they aren't going to be able to capitalise on the back of it. Man advantage secured for NRG at the moment. And they're still looking to give long a look-in. Going to be testing George once more. Something they should have learned not to do so far. George tucked away on the edge of blue. Are they going to be able to? Are they going to even think of clearing this? I'm not going to peek. He's just going to let them come to him. With the M4s, ETR going to go first. The first one taken out of the crowd. Rez quickly trades it, but now 4v3 left. 2 players towards the bottom of long. And Hypex still towards mid, separated from the pack. OC picks off one of his own, now 2v4, made almost impossible. Torsen goes down, Hypex, the only man left. Left standing, and OC jumping on the top of it. Catching Hypex, completely blind, kissing a wall. That is match point for NRG. Gamerlegion now going to have to go in for the force buy, but it's going to be a gruesome one. A couple of AKs being brought out, best of the bunch, but met with Galils and a bit of util to work with. Torsen and Hypex literally going in with the The AK's no util. Instead, gonna have to rely on the rest of the supporting cars to be throwing the nades for them. Need to be focusing on hitting hard, and who better than Torsen has had an incredible second half of 2025. Can he carry it into and through the new year? Short push can be met by Sonic. Long control has been taken as well. ZTR going to be pushing into two of them. George, absolute laser so far. Not allowing anyone to get through, and the short push taken down at the same time. Thorson left on short, and he shoots Snacks himself. But now, cooped up on short. Have actually been given the space to push out onto A. Sonic on Nitro now pushing out. One for his own. Snacks the only man left. And that is absolutely gone. Inferno is breathing them down the neck. NRG finding 13-4 convincing against Gamerlegion in the semi-final. That is incredible. The first time either of these teams have had a real push of competition so far in this tournament. And NRG take their first map, take their map pick of Dust 2. Onto Inferno we go. Alright, onto Inferno it is after a bit of a boring Dust 2 at least. Not a very good showing from Gamerlegion in the slightest. I mean, their T-side completely fell flat in their face, so hopefully they can start off their T-side on Inferno a little bit better. Their map pick, of course, have played it plenty of times this tournament, just against weaker opposition. NRG, especially my man George, seems to be pretty turned up today. So onto their T-side they go. George going to be spotting out a couple of them. Decoy top of mid. Sees a couple of them pushing up. Has the support of OC if need be. But still with this flash. OC push off the line and gushed. Rez going to be finishing that kill off. Now retreating to pit. Oh, Nitro has a couple of back to his face. Double headshot. Double tap. My lord. Rez goes overlooked though. So his teammate will go down. Rez catching the revenge as well. George still back of sight. Hung out to dry, and Bro left into the clutch. 1v3 with the USPS. Switching over to the dual Berettas. Not being quiet about it in the slightest. Rez, triple kill. Can he make it a quad? Bro staying silent. No kit in play though. Not enough time for this. He needs to be going for this for now. But he has got Kevlar he might be looking to save instead. Yeah, Bro is not going for this. He's going to let the save go by instead. Looking for some exit kills. Be lucky if he even gets one. Nobody even daring to go his way. Fruitless for Bro, but Gamerlegion getting their first T round this series. So it is better than nothing. But like I said before, it was... So far, these teams have had almost no real opposition. I mean, both of their opening games were against teams with literally no VRS ranking, no VRS standings. This is a local LAN in Miami that the big dogs just decided to go up to. So Gamerlegion and NRG both here, almost untested so far. So the real test coming down to this. Gamerlegion showing that they have failed the test in the previous map. NRG are here to play. George on this position. Yep. Gonna catch the side of the head of Snacks. Nearly gets away with it as well. Rez quickly gets two of them. Gets three of them. Absolute murder halls of the apartment. Sonic back of sight still. That's three players gone down. Are you gonna expect a fourth still here? 5-7 rings out Supreme. Gets one and gets time for some support. Gets one for his troubles. God damn. One tap with the DBs. Can Bro finish it off? No, he can't. ZTR clutches it out with the Galil. Picks up an AK as well. Close but no cigar. NRG very close to making the force buy work. Very nice sequence of kills, but perhaps if one more went in the apartment's way and Rez didn't get those two, it might have worked out. But hey, never mind. We'll keep on moving forwards. Looks like a bit of a force buy again. There's a bit of util investing in the round for the CTs and a scout on Sonic. Tag down Snacks massively already, but no kill. Still, Gamerlegion want in on this A site. OC left with USPS, not a sniper of his choice. Rez, crouch peeking into the angle, nails the head pretty early on. Early advantage, already OC's gone down. And I was kind of surprised. OC on Dust 2 seems to thrive in the chaos, and his own AWP style plays well for Dust 2. His aim incredible as well, but in the previous map didn't live up to the hype. See if he can change that on Inferno, but for now, ZTR the stand-in making a bit of a name for himself. Nade finishes off Snacks, neutralizes the man advantage, now brings it down to a 4v4. And that's Snacks, that's the IGL, so potentially setting up util is going to actually make Gamerlegion reconsider this. With Torsen pushing out onto the A site as well, is going to find no resistance. Sonic long across sight with the sniper, just barely misses the shot. Is going to be allowed for a bomb. Rez just spamming through the smoke. George so low already. Boost now has to be dismantled, not working out in their favour. Replenish the smoke as well. No kits in play. Probably going to have to be a save once again. Bro's still nailed in this corner. Torsen's thinking about spraying through at the moment. He tries to leave. But yeah, chipped away slowly but surely. Is he even be able to be allowed out of this? Sonic nearly gets the tag, but side of his shoulder takes him down. But George on the exit should be able to find one, maybe two. Gets one, gets the double. His teammate going down to the bomb as well, but nonetheless gets a saved AK for his trouble. Is massive coming into this round. And this should be a full buy. They've got plenty of money for it. Might as well have gone in for the retake in the previous round, but without an obvious way in, never mind, George is just going to have to set up. I mean, he's got an AK in his hands, what more could you want? With a great T side as well on Dust 2. George surely should be ready for the power of the AK at least. Out of control taken out early. Rez going to be walking into George's crosshair. Flash is great and Rez's aim is better. Flash set up by Snacks, the Big Apple himself. Allows it, and ZTR catching OC, top banana. Brings it down to a 5v3 already. Nitro with a lot to do on the short side of A. Oh god, does Bro push this? Now that he's heard ZTR, he ain't pushing that. Gonna retreat, in fact, so ZTR could have found another freebie. They're gonna gamble stack beasts. And then if they don't win the round from the B here, they're just gonna go into a save. Now the mollies and smokes are going out on this side. 100% gonna be a save from NRG. Bro's found himself an AWP actually. Or I say found himself, I think OC died at top of mid with an AWP at the start of the round, and without it even ringing out a shot, I don't think Gamerlegion even knew it was there, so very nice to be found, and Sonic gonna find one of his own anyway. CTR a bit overzealous. Bomb will go off uncontested, and plenty of rifles saved for NRG. So, with George, he's got a hefty stack of cash there for him. Should just about be able to drop over a rifle of some sort to OC. Or never mind, it's the M4 that comes through for him. And Bro actually allows to rebuy into that. So, managing to milk out a full buy on the back of this. Gamerlegion still with 4 straight. Still matching the total amount of rounds they got on the previous map. Now looking for some banana control early, but the instant bottom smoke of banana kind of forces them out of this. I mean, ZTR's going to just push through it anyway, but OC on the AWP angle might be given a chance. Molly him out, ZTR's a dead man. Extinguishes it with the smoke. Okay. Stays alive a little bit longer. Nade got his name written on it. Down to 34 HP. Fat Nade. He sends one back. Sends one back for good measure, but at least gonna let Gamerlegion know this is a bit more heavily contested this time with a little bit better artillery. ZTR doesn't see anyone at the bottom of that. Great flash. Sonic set up for success and ZTR goes down early. Now with nobody towards bottom of banana, Gamerlegion really kind of have to go towards B or A instead. Perhaps going to opt through pushing the smoke. On the fade, they are going to go through this. Pro actually hits somebody with the flash. Gets one for his troubles, but Sonic here for the trade, gets the double. Gets it done and Torsen left, nothing left for him in the round. Sonic scaling as well. Gets a fourth. Fair play to Sonic, quad kill in the round. Nets NRG there first. Set up with the flash, success towards B, quickly rotating towards A and catching even more. Mild tech pause coming out now, but Gamerlegion left with a little bit of a questionable economy. Got ZTR sitting on 1800 pretty much, which isn't exactly going to suffice, but Hypex might be able to drop over one, but that would mean he wouldn't be able to invest in AWP himself. And no, he is not. He's given himself an AK and relegated himself to very limited cash, but I don't think he's going to buy anybody actually, just too little. Also, drops over the Tech 9. Or does he? Am I going crazy? Yeah, drops over the Tech 9 so ZTR can at least get in some Kevlar and a couple of pieces of util, but at least probably just going to be throwing aces around. And tactical timeout for NRG. At least trying to convey something. Sonic extinguishing the smoke. Looks like I want to go out, but with the nade, burns from 100 to 0 in the molly. Sonic out of the round without even seeing anybody, thinking he had more time in the molly than he did, but perfectly lined up nade. Now broke, plenty of bodies coming towards him. Stacks the ZTR, trying to assemble a boost, but caught out in the open with the Tech 9, not giving him anything. Quickly gets a triple, top of banana. That should be round 1 and done. George here at least gonna, now that the smoke's been put up, is gonna switch over towards coffins instead. Oh, and Nitro just gonna spam through the smoke anyway. Torsen left, 1v3 clutch. At least he's got full HP and the bomb on his back, although limited util does limit his options. What do you want to do here? 40 seconds left, might be worth just trying to save the AK. $30 does look like he wants to give this a look in. Picked up a smoke. Probably going to be given a chance to get a bomb plant, but plenty of players here is going to be a difficult task. Bomb plant, yeah. Game or NRG ready to pounce. George running out of ammo, but switching to the sidearm and closing out the round pretty easily. So NRG, at least with Bro's efforts, with Bro's heroics, make it look fairly easy in the round. So now Gamerlegion in economic despair themselves. Not enough to fall by, but a little bit too much to call it a full eco. So, looks like it will be armoured pistols, or at least upgraded pistols. A bit of util on snacks as well. Would be enough to at least try and get something stirred up, get something going in this round. Gonna be a rush. Miss Nade does fat team damage, but Bro's here just sweeping them up. Getting deja vu. Sonic here to clean it up as well. The round's over already. Once again, the banana rushes quickly go punished, and Snacks on the top of it has been spotted out. Sonic just gonna close it with the USB. Calls for his teammate, he's above you. And back-to-back rounds, that's a triple kill from Bro, shutting down the push from Banana. You know, at least you get into the full boys quicker, you know? At least you aren't wasting any time in that department. Still, full buy again, Snacks is still on a Tech 9. Still couldn't afford a rifle, so Tech 9 and a lot of util to work with instead. ZTR this time gonna put some respect on Bro's name. Not gonna be pushing up Banana this time. Instead gonna go back to what worked at the start of this half and go towards the apartments instead. Res with this silent push up as well. He's gonna have a chance. Nitro on top of balcony 2. This spam is making noise. Now they know that apartments is gone. Been taken from their control. So 4 players towards A. A good call, assuming that, you know, after getting demolished on B, 2 rounds in a row, Gamerlegion weren't going to try a third. OC in a bit of no man's land here. Rez might catch him off guard. Molly there. Doesn't spread towards Nitro, but George will get one for his efforts in the push towards mid. Nitro still here, still not flushed out. And Torsen gonna peek into OC's AWP line, but OC comes off the angle. Gonna be an awkward fight. Gonna look in towards mid instead. He's gonna walk right into Torsen's crosshair instead. Dead to right he is, and Nitro up here. Torsen, quick switch, quick flick up to the head. A site has been fully taken over, and Sonic left with nothing in the round, despite good efforts so far. 9 and 4 is going to be forced into the save unless he wants to try a 1v4 retake of the A-bomb site. But, you know, that's unlikely. This is Inferno after all. Ooh, Snacks catching a glimmer. Or maybe it was one-way information. Sonic only seeing the likes of Snacks instead. Oh no, he's making noise. Snacks is going dead to right. Knows exactly where he is. Oh god damn, Sonic! Okay. Still was ready for that push, almost baiting Snacks into the angle, but does just about keep his life towards top CT. Does get to save the AK for future rounds and takes down Snacks with him. Still brilliant round from Torsen with the triple entry. Takes down George, pushing top of mid, then OC and Nitro both down together in quick succession. Torsen the rising superstar at Gamerlegion, that's for sure. Almost surprised he hasn't got picked up in the off-season, to be fair. Oh, and look at that. Bro and Sonic, the only defenders of the B-bomb site, now have combined 27 HP. So this B site, whilst they don't know it, is incredibly weak. And Bro's playing a very dangerous game. One spam through the smoke from the T's end is going to be the end to his life. And the B site is pretty open for the taking. Bro and Sonic kind of switching in between, but ZTR does actually go and look for this. Might find some success. Yeah, so yeah, going to find themselves in much more reserved positions on the A site, but instead, Gamerlegion going towards B. Bomb here, but Hypex is going to have no resistance pushing up through Banana. So Bomb isn't committing to anywhere just yet. Is falling back and does look like going to pivot towards B instead. Bro on this boost up, low HP. Sonic back sight, gonna try and sell the faith of the... Wait, now Red's going down to OC as well. Is gonna force Gamerlegion to go into the jaws of death. They've now called over a rotate. George on the side to help them out. Smoke hasn't flushed out Bro. Bro's on top of the smoke, on the boost. Is going to be ready for anyone that pushes us over the top of this. 3 players Gamerlegion left. Going to be peeking into the Lion's Den. George here and Bro on the top, not ready. Hypex spam through the smoke to end it all as well. And somehow, on 14 whopping HP, Bro manages to get a double from the round. Incredible stuff. And NRG now 1 round away from neutralising it. From at least bringing this back into a competitive half. Timeout from Gamerlegion as well. Once again, probably going to have to push in a bit of a force buy. Snacks with a little bit of money, but nowhere near enough on the rest of them. So taking a timeout to converse about their troubles. Not Ash behind them as well. Interim coach instead as Ash recovers from burnout. So first event without him might be a difficult one. So yeah, Tech 9 by Armoured Pistols. Nitro's going to spam bottom mid, but second mid is going to be where they are at. So could rush Nitro if they get the chance, but perhaps going to do a silent boost in towards Apps instead. Nitro has got his eyes on it. He knows there's a possibility. Smokes it off. Funnels them into OC's AWP instead, so Torsen could go down here just as he goes off the angle. Instead, Nitro's going to peek this. Might have a bit of a surprise on the other side. Haven't scaled just yet, but Torsen here mutually backs off the angle. Both of them don't want the fight just yet. Does convince them to go into an AXQ though. So Tech 9 just going to be rushing down this angle. OC gets one while blind. Brilliant stuff. Molly quickly extinguished though. ZTR sidelines 2 of them and Torsen getting the 3rd. And that is an A site cracked wide open for the taking. Oh my goodness. Tech 9 does a drive-by on them. And is that the round gone? The rifles have been picked up and put into the hands of the T's. That's it. That should be over. I mean, unless Bro's going to have something absolutely incredible. Hypex on the line. Going to deny that. Sonic now left. 1v4. Not a chance. And that is an incredible eco buy to be converting. With plenty of gun save for the likes of Gamerlegion. I almost can't believe that. With the drive-by. With the drive-by on by ZTR as well. Incredible stuff. Thriving in... I would say thriving in PR's position, but I've just looked at the scoreboard. My man is 4-7. That's the first thing he's done all game. Speaking of which, though, Snacks is still at the bottom of the scoreboard. Unfortunately for the Big Apple himself. Perhaps going to look to change that on his CT side instead. ZTR still top of Banana. Has been a bit of an info menace. Whether he hasn't been finding kills, he has been looking for the fights, looking for the info to work with. He's just going back and forth, chipping away both sides. Hypex on the boost up, Bro can't punish in time. Hypex finds the opener. Onto NRG's Starboy, Bro. He's going to take that kill and Gamerlegion going to pivot in towards A instead. Oh, okay. OC's just found 2 towards Modo. Towards Arch side. That's incredible. And the AWP just like that. Quick scoping both times. Denying the push and giving them a bit of time to work with. Good nade onto ZTR as well. AWP shot doesn't finish it off, but ZTR still kicking. No, the nade will find him. Hypex now left for the clutch. In the end of this, catches the first one. OC now left. Smoke on the bomb. AWP v AWP duel. He's just going to stick it. He's not going to push even through it. Hypex pushing out with the Tech 9 instead. Going to nail the headshot. What 1v2 clutch from the Polish prodigy. Hypex switch to the sidearm. Gamerlegion taking the lead into the second half at least. Can they make it a lead by one more? NRG not with the best buy. Sonic onto an MP9 and limited util to work with. So Gamerlegion pole position. Front 8, ZTR nailing one through the smoke at the top of mid. Bro quickly coming back with the trade somehow. Just spamming through the smoke. Seems to work out. And Bro on 12 HP as well. A stray bullet could put an end to him. And yeah, somehow takes out Snacks with him. Hypex quick to trade, now brought down to a 3v3. Rez on the other side pushes a smoke and Sonic is there to punish. On the AWP himself this time. No way, Torsen pushes out of this. George is on the line holding for it. On the smoke fade. Torsen getting a little bit of space, a little bit of wiggle room to work with. Still an unknown quantity in Nitro, but you're still going to be wary the pit player is still alive, so at least going to look there. Now George doesn't even need to swing out. Nitro's going to do the dirty business for him. Hypex left in yet another clutch. 35 seconds. An AWP on the bomb on his back. Going to be a difficult one, but with the Moto smoke has enticed them to come over and stack this site. Going to be a difficult one to deal with. Not even giving him a fight, just he looks to find the head of Nitro. Sonic from far away is going to shoot him in the back instead. 5-7 NRG, this time on the deficit at the end of the half. Gamerlegion with a 2-round lead. So with a pistol round, NRG could quickly bring themselves back into... I'm not going to say back into the conversation. I'm not even counting them out just yet. This is prime NRG in full swing. Gamerlegion need to be winning this pistol round if they want to hold their lead a little bit longer. Oh, pushing up mid. USPS early and aggro push. George forced off the angle by the flash, but Torsen just almost a distraction. So with the CTs so focused on second mid, NRG quickly taking Ghana control instead, just pushing through the smoke, pushing outright. Snack still back of sight, still overlooked, but his help has been removed. Now quickly getting pushed upon. Difficult to hold on to. Hypex is still here though. Quick USPS headshot. Finds one and then gets traded out. Now Torsen in the clutch. Backside. Still one towards Fountain just as he gets away. Torsen still finds a shoulder. One-way information. Are they going to know that he's here? 2 players towards new box. A difficult place to be. Difficult place. There's still one unknown quantity. You don't know there's 2 there. Gets the first one. Clean headshot. No way he gets Nitro as well. No shot. Dancing around the pillar. Gonna need to start fighting soon. He hasn't got time for this. Nitro just playing cat and mouse around the box. Torsen going in for the knife. And Nitro still with some bullets left in the mag finishes him off. Triple kill from the IGL, and NRG picking up pistol round. 3 out of 4 so far. Now going to quickly diminish the Gamerlegion lead. Going to take a timeout on the back of that. Our Gamerlegion with only 1 remaining now. And Torsen, if he'd have jumped on the bandwagon a little bit quicker, might have had that round in the bag, might have had that clutch in the bag after a very clean headshot of the USPS. That's what I love about the USPS. Every headshot is beautiful with it. So crispy. Only beaten out by the Deeg, but I won't get into the Deeg. With the USPS, such a sidetrack. I'm not going to glaze the USPS forever when I should be glazing my man Bro, who has been an absolute carry so far. I say absolute carry. Might be glazing him a little bit too hard there, but Top of Banana has been his domain. So on the T side, should be looking for some more impact himself there. Oh my god. Sonic from afar just spamming through the walls of apartments actually dinks Hypex from that far away. I mean, damage drop-off is insane. Doesn't take him down as much as it sounds like it does from the headshot, but what was the double apps push does actually get completely cancelled in that exact moment. Great anti-stratting from Sonic. A little bit of control gained at the top of mid, but Bro equally looking for some space of his own. Boosted up on half wall. Good nade, wipes off Snacks, halves his HP. Well, time smoke though is still going to be bringing it down to the clock if they do want to push out towards B instead. But so much room being gained by George. He's going to catch Hypex in transition. Perfect. Now he can push and come into the flank on the B bomb site. Going to be a pinch for the likes of the CTs, Gamerlegion. Oh my god. The spray from CTR is less than desirable. Rez now back of sight. Holding his ground. 5-7. Ringing out. Doing God's work. Still CTR still here. Can't reload in time. 3 players flooding the site in NRG. On the site, bomb planted down, Torsten gets the first one, a flank, bit of a surprise to Nitro, but still 2 players left. Can he come up clutch what he couldn't in the previous? God damn, OC, right back at you through the smoke. Torsten going down, equalising the scoreline, and with the full buy in the previous game, Legion should be doing a full eco in this round. Sprinkle of nades. ZTR's got smoke and an HE, but gonna be a difficult one. Couple of upgrades of pistols here. 5-7, couple of Deegs. Probably not gonna be enough still to hold back the Mac 10s and the AKs. Just gonna be the info game at the moment. At least Gamerlegion trying to find something. Trying to find a little bit of info to work with, but still gonna be difficult. Only smoke left on Hypex. They're gonna be pushing in towards Snacks instead. One man. Oh my days. Clean from Snacks, rolling back the years. 3 and 12. And somehow he gets the shot there. Weakest hitter gets a stunner of a shot on the Bro. And actually entices them to go in towards a stacked A bomb site instead. I say stacked, it is only USPSs and a couple of other upgraded pistols. It'll be a difficult one to work with, but not out of the realms of possibility. Plenty of pistols on the site. Creeping around the back of it, going to be flooding it all at the same time now that the flashes have gone through. Torsten with the Deeg actually holds his ground for the moment. Difficult one from George, switching to his sidearm. And slowly but surely the site has been taken over and they still go and clear res. Snacks now left to clutch it up. Most clutches recorded in CS history. Can he add another one to the tally? Already had 1 kill with the Deeg, why not make it 1 more? On the edge, there's going to be a hard angle to clear. OC's going to deny. The Big Apple doesn't get the clutch. And NRG take the lead at last. Now going to be heading into this finally, and with the full buy from both sides. Gamerlegion and NRG both with 1. Hypex has managed to bring out the AWP. Fairly early on, going to be positioned towards A, most likely, and yeah, pushing that way indeed. Not allowed to peek up from top of mid early on. Well placed molly, but instead bro's going to push through the smoke on banana. Catch a glimpse of info there that nobody's home, but going to be trying this boost instead to keep that info. So with the molly, you have potentially flushed out somebody from the back corner of banana, of top banana at least. So you should have a fairly good idea that nobody's here. Oh, great shot. Great flick on the snacks. ZTR left alone to defend the B bomb site if they do come any further, but has kept them at bay for the moment. NRG going to take the advantage as it comes. Oh, just a missed shot from Hypex as they throw out the util. But now AWP shot rings out. The position is now known, so instead going to pivot back towards the B bomb site. ZTR's here just trying to keep them at bay with the flash. Still just creeping up. They aren't even making any noise. Sonic given a chance to go and push in on the flank as well. It's actually going to push in behind, but does get two actually. God damn. Rez left alone, all on A. 1v5, be lucky if he stays alive very long at all. Now spotted out by Sonic. Oh, damn. One zapped away. NRG are in the driver's seat. Now coming into this, economy's not looking good, so NRG should have another round in the bag for them, so should be able to get themselves in towards double digits early once again, or at least double digits first. Upgraded pistols, a bit of armor. This scoreline from Snacks is not looking very appealing. New IGL on the block, but 3 and 14 isn't exactly his best performance. Nitro, fat nade onto his head, taking out half HP already. Taking out a chunk of him, still left in banana. Speaking of banana, top of it has been taken. Bro doesn't actually manage to capitalise on towards Snacks. Potentially a sitting duck there, but the bullets just don't connect to the head quick enough. Now hearing the pistols ring out, are going to execute onto the site. ZTR sending out the smoke, given a chance. Almost off angle as well. Playing anti-flash, might be given a chance as the ones come through. Nope, gets hard cleared, but Snacks pushing through. I mean, somehow gets a couple of headshots. Switch to the AK, gets to the quad. The quad on the defense through the smoke, eventually dealt with, and finally Rez finishes off the ace for him. But Snacks with the quad, just as I start making fun of his scoreboard, just as I start making fun of his KD. Come on. Of all things, a pistol as well. A pistol switched to an AK once he runs out of bullets. Commendable for him. Incredible stuff. And that's how Gamerlegion get back. That's their first CT round win. Great heroics at that. Bro, gonna disrespect smoke on the back of the flash. Still, AWP line set up in the likes of Hypex. And instead, bro, on the entry, gets his teammate caught out. Nitro instead takes the fall for the damage. But I think they do have an inkling he's still in this corner. Maybe they don't. Gonna send out a smoke instead. Yeah, okay. Snacks peeking on the back of it. Bro gets a bit overzealous, trying to play in front of the smoke and gets punished for his troubles. Now 3v5, difficult situation to recover. George trying to find some impact towards short. Now Rez takes out a chunk of his HP. Chipping away at the man. Oh, great flash sets up for ZTR as well. Doesn't catch anything on the back of the smoke. Might go and regroup towards banana instead, which is where OC and the bomb resides. Two players still here. Difficult one to recover. George on 17 HP, so it's going to be OC and Sonic who are going to have to pull someone together if they can. But never mind, they're saving. They've got 30 seconds left, and they're like, yeah, there's not a chance. And after Gamerlegion absolutely what crippled them in the previous round. NRG left with poor economy, so gonna go and save the 3 AKs that they've got. Although I'm not sure how well George's Kevlar is, because he's on 17 HP, you know. Could be breaking in the previous round, which could be a bit of a handicap, because he can't buy back into it. He's only got 50 bucks coming into the next round. So Gamerlegion tying it back up themselves, keeping it competitive on their CT side. And hey, you know, ZTR 0T rounds for a reason. Their CT side seems to be the strongest. Timeout for NRG. Trying to come up with a way on how to at least get the maximum value out of these hero AKs. OC does look like he's given over the AK towards Bro, so might be seeing a fast banana pop out of Bro as he pushes up first. So could be a difficult one. I mean, I know I would want Bro to have my AK if I could give him mine. So, but OC doing the selfless thing and delegating himself to a Tech 9. Him and Nitro with Tech 9's rest on AKs, so gonna have to be the heavy hitters. But I mean, you can have the trickle down where you give the AKs to the person behind you when you die. So, gonna see how this one pans out. Tech 9's looking to come in fast, come in blazing and hot. Bro with the AK as well. Nay's just chipping away. Nitro, 30 HP. Snacks in the car in the open, fully blind as well. Just gonna spam through and gets the head of Nitro despite his low HP. ZTR now back of sight. Are they gonna know that he's here? I mean, Snacks have complete trade places with him in the smoke, but they seem to know about it. ZTR giving off the sound cue as well. Now they know where he is. Does get one actually onto OC. Bomb soon to get planted. And Red sending out a couple stray bullets, gets the leg of Bro. So now with 2v3, gonna entice Gamerlegion to come and look into this retake. Good flash for Sonic, gonna set up George, gonna peek right into them. Should catch 2 blind, catches 1 blind, off guard. Hypex goes down, now 2v2. Left for the works, George in a powerful position. 2 eyes on him, Rez isn't going to check his corners. Now Torsen left with nothing in the round. Not even going to get given the kills, and Sonic going to side blind him. So the 2v3 comes out clutch. Sonic and George, great duo, come out both alive in that round. Secure double digits for NRG. Still Gamerlegion, plenty of dollary dues in the bank. Coming in with a full buy of their own. Pushing up towards A instead this time. Brez on a close position, a bit of a crossfire setup between him and Torsen. Sonic in the smoke just going to send out a molly, and Rez catches just a glimmer of him, and whilst blind, Sonic still pushing, but OC eventually with the trade. 1 for 1 and wrapping around Modo now. CT defensive smoke pushed out, going to funnel them into thinking they could go towards B, but now short pressure comes through at the same time. Nitro looking to push out. Push out of apps at the same time, going to be a difficult one. Nitro does actually get the AWPer. Removed from the round, Torsen's still bottom pit, still here, the IGL gets another. Now upgrading himself to an AWP. Snacks on this line, gets one more. Chipping away, trading bullet for bullet. Finally, George catching one for himself and ZTR. Left in a 1v2. The stand-in, the bench stand-in, looking for some more impact. Make a case for himself, but peeking around the corner, quick headshot from the likes of Bro, from the superstar. NRG on to 11, 1 away from match point, 1 away from series point, already have Dust 2 under their belt. Inferno close to go down 2, so scoreline 9-11. Gamerlegion going down into the depths of the SMGs. Half buy, so it's going to be a full buy playing for overtime if they lose this. Oh, Snack's pushing out in front of the half wall. Wants to get a bit of action. That instant smoke towards the bottom of CT. Given a bit of room to work with, a little bit of wiggle room. Now left with his own devices. At the top of B, so 4 players stacking A for Gamerlegion. No one in apartments though, so they are going to be at least thinking about this possibility, keeping in mind, keeping a bit of an eye on it. Now that the B smoke has gone down as well, bro's thinking about going and checking out B. But now, as the mollies come through, Torsen playing ahead of it. Him and Rez catching a perfect timing with the util pushed out. Bro now trying to just pick up the bomb. Left in no man's land, trying to get it through the smoke. Picked up successfully. At least catch and get out there. George with the backstab though, pushing out from the apartments. CTR left trying to catch him, dancing around with the UMP, and George once again nailing it. 3 kills to his name, and Snack left in a clutch. Oh my goodness. Nitro's even caught a whiff of him. He thinks he knows where he is, at least being mindful of it. Oh, now you've got him in the lion's den, in the trap. Not a chance. Bro will cleanly wipe his head off, and that is an insane sequence from George, just as it looks like the round's going and falling out of their hands. Saved by the young blood with an incredible dust too, and having an incredible Inferno in the semi-final. Desperate for a grand final appearance. Match point for NRG and Gamerlegion, now playing for OT with the full buy. Once again, instant smoke keeps NRG at bay a little bit longer, but on the smoke break does at least entice them. Molly buys them a little time as well. They are going to push in front of it. Bro tucked in this corner as well. Snacks is actually ready for it, completely just pre-firing the corner. Now here, overlooked, catches a triple. Sonic here finally trades him, but the damage is done. Still now 2v3. George and Sonic had a 2v3 the other round, so can they work the same magic? George going to flash Sonic through the smoke. Clears out top of Banana, but space noted. Space taken. And Rez playing backside isn't going to play any aggressive points. I don't think there's any smokes left for NRG to even use. So these flashes go through, going to be trying to plant in at least a covered position. Oh, and he's just going to laser the headshot anyway. Just going to run away, at least wait for the reinforcements to come in. Faking the plant, but Rez calls the bluff. As the smoke dies just in the open. Smoke fades, and George doesn't stand a chance with 2 players. Looking all the way down into CT spawn. So Gamerlegion's still going to be playing for OT. At least a 10 to 12. Now, NRG don't exactly have enough money to go in for a full buy with everybody, so might see a bit of a buy on George and Sonic, but the rest of them do need to go in with the Eco. So there is a world. There is a chance in which Gamerlegion do push this to OT. This one will most likely be a save, so that will be 12 to 11. And Gamerlegion then at that point have 2 full buys, or at least a full buy coming their way, working in the final round of regulation. That is unless the NRG Eco does some damage. And they're taking a timeout. Okay, fair enough. Final timeout taken. Final timeout of this map unless we do get pushed into overtime. In the penultimate round. At least trying to figure out how to use the finances. So yeah, George going in with armor and a Tech 9, a little bit of util, and Sonic also buying into it a little bit, but I don't see a world in which they win this. against the full buy of Gamerlegion have to be some proper NA magic. Gotta be pushing up mid with the pistols, looking to get aggro in it early. Crossmark allowed them, pushing them very quickly into arch side. Rez doesn't want to delve into it just yet. The pressure of the pistols getting to them. Pushing on site, now where'd you go? Gonna funnel them in towards CT instead. Snack's gonna clear up a couple. CTR still here and bomb in no man's land. If Sonic goes down here, it's gonna be game over. Gets a shadow advantage, but can't convert on the shadow advantage actually. Snack still coming through with a triple of his own. And now, hold on a sec, just want to put your minds back to when I was criticising, Snack's performance. I think at one point he was 3-11, and now my man has brought it back so that he is the second highest fragger on Gamerlegion, only behind Rez. So the second half has really fallen flat for Gamerlegion. Coming into their CT side, their almost preferred side, well known for their CT sides being better, but this one has not felt it. And so now pushing them into the final full buy, the final round of regulation. NRG with some good firepower behind them, but Gamerlegion just going to be playing. Oh, Snacks gets caught out in the open with his nades, but bro doesn't capitalize just yet. Sending out the nades, but Snacks full blind, out in the open, still somehow alive. Now can be pushing onto this, but Nitro nails the shot on the edge of the smoke. Pro ahead of this, but Rez actually still manages to get one Sonic on the trade. Now 2v4 retake of the B-bomb site. Gonna have to be a miracle for Gamerlegion. Hypex and Torsen, a great duo, but difficult. And Hypex, you don't need to check your flank, buddy. Isn't going to help you. You know they're all going to be there. 2 kits in play. At least a little bit of work to work with. But time taken halfway through already. Torsen blown open with the smoke. But still, time's gone. There's no chance for this. There's no time whatsoever. Gamerlegion sinking feeling. They know they're out. And NRG go to the grand final of Fragadelphia Miami. That's incredible stuff. A great map from NRG. Of course, had to go on and win the event because, that's just NA's best team at the moment. Prove me wrong and all that. But, still good fun, especially on Inferno. Gamerlegion fell a bit flat on Dust 2, but at least on their own map pick did put up a bit more of a fight. And so, a little bit kind of good to see them warming up into Blast Bounty, which is next week, at least for me, at this time right now. So, I think that is it. Any feedback would be much appreciated on the cast. So, I mean, to be fair, I know the video quality was messing up quite a bit today, so I don't know what all that was about. So, never mind. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye.